What's up, everybody, and welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm your girl, Lady T. Do y'all see me? Do y'all see me? Yeah. If you know, then you know. I'm literally couldn't get off work good enough because Tasha and Tamika Scott acting up all over social media, all over the TV. Listen, what you're not gonna do is get on my nerves by acting a dang on fool, okay? I'm tired of both of y'all, okay? Now listen, I don't know if you don't know where you been, but this whole thing with Tasha and Tamika Scott has exploded all over social media ever since the premiere of the Escape and SWV news show, Queens of R&B, and we're going to get into it, okay? But before we get into it, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to do me a few things. Number one, like the video. Thank you. Number two, subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. And number three, drop a comment down in the comment section. Appreciate it. Okay, y'all, as I said, I couldn't even get off work good because of all this mess. Ever since that premiere of the Queens of R&B, it has been exploding all over social media, especially on Twitter. Everybody is talking about Latasha. There's hashtags, Latasha's the problem. It's Latasha stole the money, hashtag the mama knowed it. You know, it's a lot going on right now with this show. If you have not watched it, please, I hate to promote this family dysfunction, but please go watch the show because it's good. You're going to get good music, you're going to get some drama, and you're going to get a little bit of fun. But right now, we're here to talk about this mess because it is getting completely out of freaking control. Okay, so we already done talked about the first episode, and if you have not watched my review for the first episode of SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, please go in there and go back and watch my review. But anyway, so we all know that Tasha and Tamika are not speaking, and Tamika let it be known that Tasha and Rocky stole her money, and her mama knowed it, okay? It was $30,000 in royalties, okay? About 10 years ago, when she was pregnant with her youngest daughter, Amani. So, anyway, so that came out in the first episode. Matter of fact, towards the end, the mama wanted the cameras all out the house when it came to light that Tasha, if she wasn't a part of it, she knew that Tamika's money was stolen, and they didn't want that on camera. Okay, so Tamika released a video on YouTube. Now, mind you, on Sunday, they were always promoting, and Tamika did go on her YouTube channel right before the show started and said, hey, I might go on YouTube. You know, watch out for my YouTube channel. She never posted anything on her YouTube channel because I do subscribe. So I just thought she was just going to let it go. But today, she let it drop. So it was not only her, but it was her and her daughters. And they just let it rip. And she gave a lot of insight to what was going on. Because I'm not going to lie, I was always Team Tamika, but there was a couple things that I had questions about. And she answered all those questions. So we're going to get into this. So now, Tamika, you know, was talking about the show, but mainly about the last scene with her mother, and Tasha. Now, she's stating that it did come to, what happened was, when the Lovers and Friends tour happened, well, not Lovers and Friends tour, but when that performance happened in Vegas, There was shooting. It was an outside festival. People got rowdy, and they were shooting. Escape couldn't even finish their show. So everybody ran back and to their dressing rooms to get dressed because they had to get out of there, okay? Candy and Tamika's dressing room was locked. They could not get in for some reason, okay? So everybody is trying to help them get in or whatever, and Tamika leaves. Tamika now, I'm sorry, not Tamika. Y'all, again, with these T's, it's going to be a little confusing. I might just start calling Latasha, and then, of course, Tamika. But anyway, so Latasha leaves with not only her manager, but her personal assistant who they hired to be their road manager. So people that were supposed to have been looking out for the entire group left with Tasha. And that's why Tamika was mad. So she sent the text. That's why she said she put in a group chat, because it wasn't just for Escape members. It was also for their whole team that worked with Escape. So that's why she said anybody who left, me and Candy can kiss my ass. Now she said, she was like, it wasn't for Tasha. It was mainly for the people who were supposed to be working for her and who left her and wasn't making sure that she was good. You know, people had been shooting. It was a dangerous situation going on out there. They couldn't even get into their dressing rooms to get their things. And the people that's supposed to be working for her was gone. And I believe that because that's what she said in the scene with her mother. If anybody paid attention, she said, I feel that somebody is supposed to be paid to do a job, they shouldn't leave until that job is done. And they left before the job was done. Tamika was not cool. She was not straight. None of that. Her stuff was still locked up. You know, people still trying to figure out what's going on with all the shooting and everything. But they left. Now, in the video that Tamika just released, she said when they were talking to her mama, Latasha gonna say she didn't have security, so they did walk her to the car. Now, Tamika says they always have security. Now, as an avid Escape lover, and was so freaking excited when they got back together, was watching every little social media post, singing all their songs, couldn't wait, okay? Could not wait. I mean, I was singing all their songs. I'm sitting up here singing, what I need from you is understanding. Or, ladies, how often do you have a man makes you wanna laugh, a man that makes you wanna cry, sisters? Well, I think I found the one. Hey, okay? So I was excited over the moon, okay? So I was watching all their stuff. So when they went on tour, I can tell you, all of them had security. Now, does that mean things could have changed? Possibly. But to see that they've continued to do shows, and you could just tell by the set and how they move, they all had security. I just don't believe that Tasha had no security to go back to her car, especially when it was supposed to have been someone shooting, okay? I just don't believe that. So anyway, Tamika was upset about that, but she said she was going to handle Tasha at another time. It was more so towards the people who was working for them that she was saying they can kiss her ass. But Tasha chimed in. It was like, no, you can kiss my ass. Be careful what you say. When you say, excuse me, you can walk away. Now, Tamika did say that she said, well, y'all, since y'all gonna keep walking and y'all can keep on walking away. She said she was saying that to the road manager and all them, because they just kept walking. When she saw them walking past, she was like, well, y'all can just keep on walking, I guess. So all of this wasn't even towards Tasha, but Tasha took it personal. And I'm going to tell you, I think she took it personal because she can't stand that Tamika and Candy have mended fences. And not just mended fences that they can be cordial, but they actually have grown and formed a real friendship. They've literally have been able to move forward and have and reestablish their bond. And Tasha doesn't like that because she has this thing with Candy. I told you, I don't really think it's well, Candy doesn't think Tasha likes her. I don't think it's I don't think it's that she doesn't like her. I think it's the situation that I said before. Tasha always, number one, could sing her face off. There's no denying that. And I feel as though she started to feel a certain type of way because she was, somebody that could sing her face off, but because she was the bigger girl, because to me, she wasn't fat, but because she was the bigger girl out of all the members of Escape, they kind of overlooked her. They acknowledged her voice, but they couldn't put her on the forefront because of how she looked. And I think to this day, she's insecure about that. I mean, you can tell by how she presents herself on camera, which I'm not mad at it. I mean, come on, I told you, I think Tasha's beautiful. I mean, every time she steps on camera, she's flawless. She's so cute, okay? And not dissing her, but you can just tell that she's so insecure that she puts a lot into herself in regards to presentation because she was always known as the big girl from Escape. So now she's gonna slim down. You ain't gonna catch her slipping. None of that, okay? None of that. Because all of those insecurities. So because she couldn't be seen as a phenomenal, again, they acknowledged her ability to sing, but because she couldn't be acknowledged as basically the star of Escape, because she felt like her weight and the way she looked held her back, she's been insecure, and she's kind of taken out on Candy because Candy was the slender one of everybody. She was the one who sung a lot of the leads, particularly in the first album, you all. So let's think about that. So Tasha was probably thinking like, oh, they get her out there because out of all of us, she's the skinniest and she's kind of cute. And, so it's not only I'm the oldest, so you're going to do what I say because I'm kind of like the big sister of everybody. But also, Candy, this cute little skinny girl who probably in Tasha's mind don't even sing half as good as her, is getting all the shine. She's getting all the leads and all this stuff. So the fact that Tamika and Candy are cool, because Tasha is so insecure, she can't stand it. Okay? She can't stand it. And I think because they're being cool, Tasha is starting to lash out at Tamika. Okay? And I personally don't like that. It's been this whole thing of, oh, you cool with them? We sisters at the end of the day. She wants to throw that sisters thing in there when it suits her. And I think she waited till she got to her mother's house about, oh, we're sisters at the end of the day, because she wanted to say that in front of Tiny and Candy, because again, she has a thing about her being cool with Candy. And she didn't want to bring that up in front of the group. But she would have definitely brought up in front of the mother about like, hey, you stand with me like you've been doing. But Tamika's like, no, I want to do this. And, whatever you got with her, that's on you. That's your insecurities. But anyway, so Tamika, talked about that whole incident, and she said she wanted to talk to Tasha. She even told Tasha's husband, she said, Rocky, hey, we got to film, and I don't want to bring this up, so we need to talk. Rocky said she didn't want to talk. Okay, so fast forward a month, they filming. Okay, so now they're filming. Tasha still acting real funny, giving her the cold shoulder and all this other stuff. Okay, and it's really weird. And like she said, she's seen her and her. If you watch her YouTube video, she said, of course they seen each other at the meeting, but she was really excited to see her basically one-on-one with her mom because she really had seen her or talked to her. But Tasha is still giving her the cold shoulder. And she's like, well, what's up with that? And she said, what we didn't catch and what they didn't show is that, Tasha and her mom was just like double teaming her. And she was like, it's always me. You never fought Tasha. Tasha's never the problem. Tasha's always perfect. And you always stand up for her. And, she never does anything wrong. You never chastise her. And now they did catch the problem. She was like, well, what you mean I don't stand up for her against you? What are you talking about? And that's when she was like, well, when she stole my money, you ain't stand up. And now Tamika has acknowledged that she has apologized to her mother for bringing that up. But her thing was, at that particular point, out of hurt and frustration, she was hurt. She was legitimately hurt. Because at this point, it's like, come on. You always taking her side. You never hear what I say. And I'm just showing you an example. I'm showing you something that was big in my life. Big in where, I couldn't provide for my family. And I had to pay taxes on. Yeah, she talked about that too. She had to pay taxes on that money that she never saw a penny of. Okay? Never saw a penny of. But Tamika's the bad guy. And the reason why I say Tamika's the bad guy is because, this one went viral on the Shade Room too. About her releasing this YouTube video about what happened. And some people were like, don't bring this to social media. Why you put this on camera? This happened 10 years ago. And I get it. That was actually one of the things that I was like, hey, I'm Team Tamika, because I get it. You can kind of tell that she's always been the person that stood up for her sister. But I was like, why now? If this happened when you were pregnant with Imani. Imani's like 7, 8 years old now. What's up? But like she said, it was out of frustration, and she just had to give her mom an example. Like, even when I talked to you about this, it was always, oh, well, you don't know what Tasha's going through. When she told her that, hey, they done deposit my royalty checks into their account. And a lot of people are like, well, how did they do that? I believe that Rocky was doing some form of management for Tamika at that particular time and had access to those checks. Okay? It was able to do that. Now, whether Tasha knew at that particular time or not, I don't know. But like somebody pointed out, even if it wasn't deposited to their joint account, it's a form of transparency when you're married. So eventually she knew. She ain't dumb. And so, it's a big old mess. And I'm loving the show, but to know that they're really going through this in real life, it's just really sad. It really is. It's really sad. And, yeah, so basically, that's what happened. She just got fed up and tired. She got fed up and being overlooked, got fed up of being treated like the black sheep. Like she said, she knows Tasha's the favorite. It's okay, but the fact that you don't hear her, the fact that you allow her to do certain things, is made enable Tasha to be who she is today. Tasha... And I hate this because I love Tasha. I really do. Like, I'm like Ashley Miller. And shout out to Ashley Miller. Go look at her channel too. Go subscribe to her channel. Her name is Ashley Miller. One of my biggest inspirations on YouTube right now. Okay. Love her. So, like Ashley Miller said, Tasha, when I was growing up in the 90s, was my favorite because her voice stood out to me. Now, as I grew up and started to really see how each one of them plays their part, I've grown to appreciate all of them. But Tasha's voice stood out to me when I was younger. So this is very disappointing. Tasha just, I don't know, like got this really bad attitude, and Candy was right. That's all. At this point, it just boiled down to Candy was right. She's been like this, and it's sad. Okay, it's really sad. Now, also too, Tamika brought up that Tasha told her that, well, not Tasha told her, Tiny told her that Tasha told her. Now, okay, so basically, it's so many who said who. I'm tired of playing telephone. So basically, Tasha told Tiny that she was going to turn up for this show and they going to see the real her. Now, I don't know if she mean that they going to see the real her as far as, like, they going to see her really trying to pursue her dreams, or they gonna see the real her as far as with this nasty ass attitude. And like I said, I believe her mother enabled this attitude, and I feel like her mama enabled this attitude because she felt like she had to shelter Tasha, because Tasha was the one that was getting picked on. Even Tamika said it on the Unsung episode that they did, that she gotten kicked out of schools and everything fighting for Tamika. Okay, and her mother, of course, protected her because everybody was coming for. Oh, did I say Tamika was fighting for Tamika? So Tamika was always protecting Latasha, and like I said, the mother had to always protect Tasha because Tasha was always getting bullied. So it's a mess, and the mother is definitely not helping. And I entitled this video that we're over it, because as much as I love the show, we're over this part, okay? We're over this family dysfunction. I really hope that they can work it out. This is just really sad, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Are y'all watching the show? Because y'all really do need to. It's a great show. Until next time, y'all. Peace.